Hey guys, I wanted to give you guys a street view of Korea. This is once again around where I live. I'm going to talk about some of the common things you'll see when you walk around any of the streets of at least Seoul. So first of all, we do have the convenience stores that exist in Korea. So there's 7-Eleven, CVS, and then one more that I rarely go to, but basically they all pretty similar. They have hot drinks, cold drinks, snacks, food, microwaves. You can actually eat there. They're pretty damn convenient for a convenience store. Coming here is not so common, but it is around me. This is a bar where literally just like pretty girls serve you drinks and talk to you, and that's actually it. I'm also going to talk about, I guess, like some of the common things you'll see on the street, or like just commentary on the culture of Korea. So coming up here, we do have trash bags. So you're actually going to see a lot of trash in Korea. Ultimately, overall, it's pretty clean. But the thing about the trash is that they kind of just assume that someone will come and pick it up, which, I mean, they do eventually, but that means that towards later nights too, like you'll see a lot of buildup. So you can kind of just like, there's not like many trash cans that you can throw away stuff, so either you gotta hold it for a long time, or you just kind of place it down and someone later will come and pick it up. It's kind of a weird way to do things, and it's not very natural for Americans at all. Here we have bikes, rentable bikes, which I guess is not so uncommon outside of Korea. Actually, I have them in DC. I don't know how to work them, but I assume they're the same thing where you put, like, cents in, you can ride them around as long as you want. Again, like, I haven't used them, and I probably won't, because walking to the subway is really easy for me, but I can imagine maybe, like, in farther away locations from the subway, it's pretty convenient. Right here we have mopeds, so these are all going to be used for the most part by delivery services. You can get almost anything delivered in Korea, which is pretty cool, so even like McDonald's. And you'll see a lot of these guys racing around, and you gotta watch out because it might actually just run over a tow or two. Ahead you'll see another 7-Eleven. Seriously guys, they are everywhere. Here is the this is actually like a very popular place to walk for, well, young people, but it's like anyone, right? But actually cars will just be like going through things you think aren't streets, but actually are. So this is kind of one of them. Cabs are also waiting in line, I guess, to pick up people. It's a fairly popular place to drink, but there are inner roads that have more places to drink than what I'm showing you right now. More trash, you can see. The time it's around a trash can, so it makes a little more sense, but it's still like really a lot. Coming up here, we have actually a kebab stand, which kebab and Indian food and Middle Eastern food in general is like getting more popular in Korea, it seems. So you actually see quite a few kebab places. This is just like a center square, I guess, that people like to hang out. And in between, you're going to see, like, if you stop here and just look, just like ongoing streets of stores and bakeries and restaurants and just everything. I mean, it's a city and it looks like one. You can see right now, I guess, this is a makeup store, so that's another thing you're gonna see a lot of, like makeup stores of individual brands. That's like Etude House. Like, I'm actually sure how to pronounce it. That's actually the brand that I use, so maybe I should go there. But you'll see a lot of those smaller shops than that. That's like gotta be like one of their main stores, I would figure, because it's like a little too decorative and a little too big for what is usual. Here is like one of those, some of those inner streets that I was talking about, where they get a little more confined, but it is still a street, so cars can still go through there. You just have to basically walk out of the way, and Koreans are pretty slow about walking out of the way, to be honest. Just don't feel uncomfortable walking in the streets in Korea, unless it's like a huge highway, and then maybe you should feel a little uncomfortable. So you see a lot of lights. This, like, the lights will be on all through the nights. This is at like I feel like 7 or 8 p.m., but I've been, of course, up at 4 p.m. or 4 a.m., and it's the same thing, although they aren't open. This is a chicken and beer place off to the right. Chicken and beer is a very popular just, thing to do with friends. Just specifically chicken and beer. The chicken's usually really, really good. The beer is, whatever, if you like beer, I guess. More of the inner streets, and just, see a car going through. Gotta be careful. Not to get one of the aggressive drivers. To the left, you're gonna see a motel, a hotel, whatever you want to call it. It's actually probably a love hotel. There's like super cheap places to stay, so people will stay there for the actual purpose of a love hotel, but people also stay there because it's like $40 a night, and yet it's actually a really nice room. So, coming up, you can see tents. This is one tent in this street, but sometimes there's like tons of tents. These are very popular, and they'll sell street food. So this tent actually, like, I guess we have like eggs, kebab, those rolled things to the side. I see some condiments, so they probably serve maybe pancakes. I didn't actually get that good of a look at it, but usually it's other more common street food. I'll actually show you guys another preview or picture or whatever video, there we go, of the more popular street food tents. This is a street that is only 5 minutes away from where I was, but it's basically a line of those hotels I was talking about, and they're probably all love hotels again. But that doesn't necessarily mean every single one of them is actually being used for such purposes, but occasionally it is the purpose, to be honest. They even have like a lot of complimentary what do you want to call it, like whatever you get, like hotels, right, like shampoo and whatnot. They actually have a lot of that. It's actually a really nice place to stay. This is a shooting gallery, which are apparently fairly popular. It's like BB guns, but along with shooting galleries, you can see all the prizes you can win and whatnot. This is one of the inner streets of where I was. You also see arcades. So you'll see off to the left, I'm going to point now, that's actually an arcade. Claw machines are pretty popular, so there's entire arcades full of claw machines, but there's also entire arcades full of claw machines and like old fighting games and older games and, DDR and all that type of stuff. Just looking at the inner streets, this was on a Saturday, so it's actually pretty popular. Again, just like a closer look at that. So you actually saw a DVD sign. That might have been a DVD room. Koreans actually really like rooms. This is the food. Just like, you can find like good food anywhere. This is like slightly more expensive and probably a Chinese themed restaurant, I think. But it's everywhere. Like seriously, you can just walk in and find whatever type of food you're looking for, except maybe sandwiches might be a little bit hard to find. But anyways, the DVD room, literally you'd rent it out and like watch DVDs. They're not as popular as they would have before apparently, but it is a thing you can do. So for Koreans, there's like the singing room, DVD room. Apparently there's like a sit and drink room where you actually get food and you just like are given like what looks like a mock-up personal room that you can hang out with your friends. It's just like anything you would want to do, but maybe you live at home or the place you live isn't very big, you'll probably find a room for it in Korea. So speaking of, there's a singing room to the left, Norebong. Bong is room, and it is pronounced that way. Those are actually really common where I live. They're like all throughout. They're actually all next to me too. So while I'm doing this recording, I can actually hear the singing outside my window of all the super popular K-pop songs. Another convenience store, so that's the GS25. Okay, that's the third one, I guess. And I think there's a fourth one, I don't remember, but it's again just like, there's some big, some small, but they generally all have the same stuff. The bigger ones actually have places to sit down and eat, though, but even the smaller ones will have microwaves to heat up whatever you want to eat. There's actually an ambulance coming, which I thought was surprising. I've never actually seen one, to be honest, and it's going to like these tiny little streets, so it's taken forever. Not sure why, didn't find out, did see it end, though. And they were picking someone up, so hopefully they're okay. This is just like, I guess, an individual aspect of where I live, but this is like a night castle themed, I think, seafood restaurant. I don't know why they would do that, or if it really draws any more customers, that they kind of have a medieval look going on, but there's one here, and then I got to see one about like 30 minutes out from where I live, and I don't know, I guess maybe they're like a little more expensive and you get like a theme. I have no idea. And just, more of the streets. This will go on and on, by the way. So here's the street food that I was talking about, the more common street food. This is just like near kind of like one of the more major highways, not just like streets. But there's actually a ton of them lined up. And we'll take a look at exactly what is in there when we pause here. So you can see that there's fried stuff. There's fried stuff. Tteokbokki is the red sauce stuff. It's rice cake in hot sauce. You have sundae, which is blood sausage. The only reason I remember what it's called is that I keep on saying Sunday misspelled, and I'm like, oh, Sunday. Oh, wait, nope, never mind. It's meats that is questionable. Actually, it doesn't taste that bad. I tried it. It's really not that bad. But they also have fish cake there as well. It's a super popular thing to eat. Here's just an overview of the place where I live. You see a lot of huge department stores, but in between all those department stores are tiny little alleyways that are super cool to go in and visit. So hope you enjoyed the video and learned a little bit about what it's like to walk through the streets of Seoul. And if you ever do come here, then expect a lot of food